And Aurora Hanesian, we have some top-of-the-line stories for you today.
That's right, Aurora, and it all begins with our local news.
Sadly, 2 firefighters lost their lives recently.
Let's find more about this devastating story.
To you, Greg and Alyssa.
Good morning, HRMS. This is Greg.
And Alyssa coming at you with today's local news.
The Boston Marathon is coming up, and it's 26.2 miles, as we all know. And, for all you lazy couch potatoes who want to run in it, better get going.
The marathon starts at East Main Street and goes all the way almost to Logan Airport, so that's pretty far, and listen to Greg, get off your butts if you haven't already.
Boston strong, guys. Boston strong.
Let's all take a second to remember the 2 Boston firefighters who lost their lives during the 9 fire. All prayers should go out to their families.
And on another note, though, there's a relay at the high school coming up for kids with cancer, and it's to raise money, so please participate if you can.
It's May 9th, guys. Remember the date.
Well, that's all we have for you today, guys.
Back to you, Ricky and Aurora.
Let us take a moment of silence for the 2 firefighters who risked their lives.
And also the many people injured and tragically killed by last year's Boston Marathon bombing.
On another note, let's take a look at the sporty side of Danvers.
I hear that the Colleen Ritzer Walk is coming up soon.
I think you're right, so let's hand it off to Christian and Summer and find more about this monumental walk.
I'm Christian Hess.
And I'm Summer St. Hilaire.
With the sports. As spring starts to blossom, the weather will get warmer, which means that it's time for spring sports. Babe Ruth begins on the 28th. Lacrosse for both boys and girls has already started. However, soccer has yet to start. In other notes, the Boston Marathon is coming up on April 21st. This should be a very, very emotional marathon due to the events that happened last year. But hopefully this year, it will run smoothly and it should be a great Boston Marathon. Another run/walk that's coming up is the Colleen Ritzer Walk/run on May 4th. The walk/run will benefit the Colleen Ritzer Scholarship Fund. This fund is a very, very near and dear fund that is very, very beneficial. Now let's hand it off to Summer with a lacrosse update.
The Danvers Lacrosse has already started, and if you didn't know, there are 3 levels of the Danvers Lacrosse teams. There is freshman, junior varsity, and varsity, and they practice every day after school, and they also play at Thorpe Elementary School. They play many different towns in the Essex district, like Ipswich, Beverly, Gloucester, Salem, Malden, Wakefield, and Newburyport. So come join us at one of the games.
I hope that the walk turns out to be successful.
As do I. And Mr. V is being interviewed this week.
Oh, that's cool. Mr. V is such a great teacher.
To you, Prasamsha.
Good morning, Holten Richmond. This is Prasamsha Rayamazi from Hawks News with our guest teacher, Mr. Vatousios, who teaches band for our school. What instruments do you usually teach?
Well, I teach band, so most of the time I'm teaching students that are playing wind instruments and percussion instruments. That includes brass, woodwinds, and also percussion. For example, right now I'm holding a trumpet, or at least it was a trumpet at some point. This trumpet is very special because it's held together entirely by duct tape. And I'll play something for anyone who has a birthday in either today or tomorrow or yesterday.
How long have you been teaching, and have you done any jobs or have you taught anything else before band?
I have been teaching band here for 8 or 9 years. Before that, I've been teaching band for 3 years, and about 5 or 6 years I was teaching chorus before. I loved both jobs, and before that I was an elementary school music teacher, and before that I was in the United States Navy Band for 6 years. It was one of my favorite jobs that I've ever had. I got to travel around the world and play for a lot of people, and before that I was a student. I have another instrument to show you, and this is called the French horn, even though I think this one has been nowhere near French, and it does smell like French toast though. And this is a little interesting because this instrument you have to put your hand into the belt in order for it to make the right sound. Used for hunting.
reason it's your favorite instrument?
I would say that probably my favorite instrument is the piano. That is my main instrument. I've been playing it all my life. Another reason why I think it's one of my favorites is that it's an entire orchestra in your hands. So you can play the bass parts, you can play the chords, you can play the melodies, you can accompany somebody. Another one of my favorite instruments is the trombone. The trombone is a little different than some of the other instruments because it has a slide and it makes normally this sound. And I have a trombone joke. How do you know there's a trombone player's kid at the playground? No one wants to play with him, and he doesn't know how to use the slide.
What is the best part of teaching band?
I would say it's working with every one of the students. They come in different levels. We have beginners, we even have some kids that are advanced. Another one of the best parts about teaching band is I get to play music every day, and I've been doing that all my life, and it's a great reward. I want to introduce you to another instrument. This is a very new one. Well, new to us. This is called the baritone sax, and it makes the really, really low sounds in there. I'm going to try. I don't have my... This instrument is quite old. As a matter of fact, we believe that George Washington used it when he crossed the Potomac. And this is the baritone sax.
Do you have anything else to say to our viewers?
Well, first of all, thank you for interviewing me. It was a fun time to be with you guys. And I think I'll finish with something on the piano. This is, as I said before, my favorite instrument. Definitely not this one. This one one day will make some really great firewood for a family to use over at least a half a winter. Thank you very much for asking me these questions. I really wish you had a great weekend and then a great April vacation.
Thank you so much for being here with us. I really appreciate it. And this is Prasamsha Rayamazi from Hawks News, and that was Mr. Vatousios. Have a great day and a wonderful weekend. Back to you, Aurora and Ricky.
To learn more about Mr. V.
It really was, and I would personally love to give a shout out to Nick Figuera for that wonderful poem titled The Lonely Paperclip.
That poem was pretty cool.
Everybody remember, Obama is your mama.
And nothing rhymes with purple.
Speaking of weather, to the weather team we go.
Up, up, and away!
Thanks, Aurora and Ricky.
April is finally here, and spring came with it.
In fact, this weekend the temperature reached up to 60 degrees.
It may be nice here, but in Denton, Texas, they were hit with a huge hailstorm.
In some cases, the hail were as large as baseballs.
Some cars were damaged or even destroyed.
Hopefully we don't get any hailstorms, although we will get some rain.
After all, it is April.
Thanks for watching. Back to you, Aurora and Ricky.
Speaking of cool poems, I think Mr. Nicola's was pretty awesome.
No, it really wasn't. It's pretty awful.
No, whoa, yes, it was awesome!
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, see? See? Anyway, okay. This week was actually a really nice week weather-wise.
No, it rained.
Ricky, how does that affect anything?
It just ruins everything. It ruins everything.
Ricky, talk to me. Talk to me, Ricky.
Recycling's really cool.
Tell me about it.
It's time to be green, do you know what I mean? Living on Earth with the hip green team, putting our paper in the right place, keeping a smile on Mother Earth's face. Let me tell you something, don't forget it. If you can rip your paper, recycle it. If you can rip your paper, recycle it. Better know now what I mean. You better know now what you didn't know before. Recycle your cans indeed. Put them away, don't leave them on the floor. It's time to be green, do you know what I mean? Living on Earth with the hip green team, putting our paper in the right place, keeping a smile on Mother Earth's face. Put your waste in the right bin. The green team is a club to be in. Pour your liquid in the drain. Don't want to recycle? You must be insane. It's time to be green, do you know what I mean? Living on Earth with the hip green team, putting our paper in the right place, keeping a smile on Mother Earth's face. Oh, let me tell you something about paper. Too cool to recycle? See you later. It's never too late to be green. Recycle your bottles, be hip on the scene. Oh, let me tell you something, don't forget it. If you can rip your paper, recycle it. If you can rip your paper, recycle it.
Rip it, recycle it. Rip it, recycle it. Rip it, recycle it. Rip it, recycle it.
Listen up about cans. Plastic. Always recycle, be a man. A woman. Litter bugs ain't cool. Don't recycle, I pity the fool. It's time to be green, do you know what I mean? Living on earth with the hip green team. Putting our paper in the right place. Keeping a smile on Mother Earth's face.
Oh, rip it, recycle it. Rip it, recycle it. Rip it, recycle it. Rip it, recycle it.
Yeah. Stay in school. And do your homework. Be polite. Yeah, recycle.
Okay, so let's continue.
Ricky, there's nothing to continue.
Yes, there is. Mr. Strat's making a hawk.
Your point is?
This show is dedicated to that hawk. So let's sign off for the hawk.
All right, guys, we'll see you next week. This is the Hawks News Team signing out. Get it? Because we're Hawks.